Hey Whistleout family, today we are talking Twigby. Now Twigby is a smaller cell phone provider whose side note logo I would definitely use as a filter on Instagram. Has some huge news. They have now switched the network that they offer service on to these guys. Quick hint, this is not the best filter. Anyways, moving along now. Along with that huge announcement, they also have some really great deals and plans to showcase for you. And that is what this video is about today. I'm gonna tell you all about Twigby and why they might be the best switch for you for your next cell phone carrier. Now, right off the bat, I want to give a little bit about Twigby in my opinion. They are perfect for people who are on a budget, or not even necessarily on a budget, but just looking for the best bang for their buck for some great value. That is Twigby, especially now with their new network. So in this video, we are going to go over a little bit about who Twigby is, what their coverage looks like, what their plans look like, their pricing, and how they compare to a competitor in the market. So let's jump right in. But before we get to it, we are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. We're on all of it, Whistleout is, and we often have some giveaways, some interactive posts, and we also post the best daily deals for cell phones and cell phone plans in the market every day. So if you're interested in that, you want to keep up to date with everything in the telecom industry, definitely give us a follow. We keep y'all covered on that information. So first things first, let's go over who Twigby is. Twigby is a smaller cell phone carrier known as an MVNO or mobile virtual network operator. There are dozens of those in the country. You might have heard of some like Visible, Mint, Cricket, Boost Mobile, Metro by T-Mobile. These are all the same type of carrier. They're smaller guys and they rent space on the bigger carrier networks. Twigby used to run on Sprint's network. However, now they run on Verizon's network, which is a huge step up. That is a complete 180 in terms of coverage and how good their service is now compared to what it was. So that is the biggest announcement that Twigby has, and it honestly makes them a huge competitor in the market now. What I love about this announcement is that now you can have Verizon coverage, but you don't have to pay Verizon prices. It's no secret that Verizon has pretty pricey service. In fact, it's the most expensive of all of the carriers. So now you can have that premium coverage, but on a budget pricing scale, which is awesome. Some other great things that come along with this change is that now Twigby offers 5G coverage for a tiny price tag. Their most expensive plan is $26, and I'll get into the plans later, but you can see that there's some solid value here. But first, let's get into their new coverage map, which is the meat of this video and the most important part of why you should switch to Twigby. So in terms of coverage, Twigby's coverage map used to look like this. Not great. Minimal coverage. We all know that Sprint did not have the best coverage in the country. That was not a secret. However, now their coverage map looks like this, and it is just so much better. Verizon has over 70% 4G coverage in the United States, and their 5G coverage is growing daily. They have at least over 11% now. It's changing all the time, but it's safe for me to say they have over 11% 5G coverage in the country. So if you're looking for overall coverage, Twigby is the place to go for that. Because of this network upgrade, dare I say, Twigby might be one of those carriers that I recommend to people now, along with Visible and Mint. I'm gonna throw in Twigby there as well because of the pricing. It's really hard to beat, especially for people who aren't looking for unlimited data. You don't really wanna have to pay for what you're not using. It's 2021, why overpay for data that you don't even touch? And that's one reason why Twigby is a solid option. So now that we've seen the coverage, now it's time to go over the plans. What kind of options are there for you if you want to switch to Twigby or are considering switching carriers? Well, there are nearly limitless plans on Twigby, and this is why. They have kind of two options. They have value plans, and then they have a customization option to create your own plan, because sometimes a one-size-fits-all plan just doesn't work for everyone. So first, let's go over their value plans. They have basically a small, medium, and large plan to choose from. Personally, if I was to choose one of these plans, I would choose the large plan because I suck data. I am a data user. So that plan comes with unlimited talking and texting plus 10 gigabytes of high-speed data. They don't have an unlimited data option on Twigby. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. That 10 gigabyte plan is $26 a month with a 25% discount for 6 months. So that is a really decent price for all that you get, including the Verizon coverage. The other two plans come in a 5 gigabyte and a 3 gigabyte data option, and those cost $18 and $15 about with that discount added in. Now, if you don't need data, this is where the custom plans come into play, which I really appreciate. The custom plans all come with unlimited texting, but you can choose the custom amount of talking minutes you want, and you can customize how much data you want. However, I would recommend using the customization plan strictly for talking and texting. The data value plans are cheaper than customizing data into your own custom plan. So think talking and texting plans only for the customization. There are some other things to note with Twigby. It does come with hotspot use, but not its own set of hotspot data. So it pulls from your regular data allowance, so keep that in mind. And you can call 80 other countries for free without cost, but you can't use your phone roaming or in other countries, and you can text those 80 countries as well. So it doesn't have the depth of other name brand plans in terms of being able to travel and use your phone. However, you are saving a lot of money with Twigby to have just this base plan in the United States that works well. And if you travel, there's always other easy ways to get in touch with friends and family by connecting to Wi-Fi and using other chatting apps like WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, anything along those lines. Now I want to compare Twigby to a few other carriers on the market, including Verizon and Twigby. So if we look at Verizon, Verizon does offer a limited data plan. I think it's 15 gigabytes. It costs $45. It is just so much more money for only 5 more gigabytes of data. So if you wanted a limited data plan on Verizon, it's gonna cost you a lot more. So highly recommend looking at Twigby in that case if you're wanting Verizon coverage but don't want to pay those Verizon prices. It's a much better value to go with Twigby than with Verizon. Now, if we want to look at Mint Mobile, this is looking at another carrier and another carrier's smaller MVNO. So Mint Mobile runs on T-Mobile's network. They have very similar plans in terms of like a small, medium, large, and then they have similar pricing. Now, Twigby is a little bit more expensive, but Twigby's discount for new customers is 6 months, whereas Mint's discount for new customers is only 3 months. So you save more money in the long run going with Twigby. Twigby also has more and better coverage than T-Mobile or Mint Mobile. And so when you look at it like that in the long term, Twigby it's a better value than Mint Mobile, especially when you look at how much you are getting for the cost of your cell phone plan. The only reason I might recommend Mint Mobile over Twigby is if you don't have Verizon coverage in your area, you only have T-Mobile. And that's really what it comes down to, right? Is what does coverage look like in your area and how much coverage do you want? So in this video, I am definitely recommending Twigby for Verizon coverage because Verizon has the most and best coverage in the country.